Welcome back, Minion Squad! I'm Little Mia, and welcome to another episode of Little Mia's Mukbangs. So guys, I'm not going to go deep into what we're eating here because today's topic is going to be a little more serious, and it's something I feel really passionate about, and I feel like it's something that I need to delve into a little bit and share my perspective because a lot of people are discussing it, and I'm sure many of you being on YouTube have seen this probably on your feed or saw it trending for a little bit. Whatever the case is, I feel like this is a topic that I need to delve into a little bit and kind of put my 2 cents in there, because when you see a situation or hear about a situation and it doesn't sit well within your gut and it doesn't sit well in your beingness and something just feels off, we as a community, we as people, humanity, need to come together and discuss these things, debate these things, and listen to what each other have to say. So before I get into all of that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of our subscribers. Thank you to all those that comment down below. Thank you for joining me in this awesome mukbang today. I'm just going to start by saying that over here I have corn on the cob that was barbecued. That's another story for another day when we were doing this mukbang right now. Over here we have barbecue steak as well. Asparagus, this is pan seared asparagus, and over here we have pasta with shrimp, a creamy pasta with shrimp and scallops. So it's a very great one. I wanted to do barbecue since it's a very beautiful day. Well, it started as a beautiful day, then we just got downpoured, so it was a mess, and then trying to get everything done. But here we are today. So I can't wait to start eating this because I am extremely hungry. So without further ado, guys, let's get started so we can start talking about something that I'm sure many of you have seen, and it's about the Stauffers. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and if I don't, you know what, honestly, whatever, because this isn't about them. It's about a child that is involved in the situation. And I think that's where a lot of people are coming from in terms of this situation. So let's get started with just serving our plates, and we'll delve into this. And you guys, I know these times are extremely challenging times for specific groups, for many people who have compassion and empathy about all the different situations that are arising, that are being seen worldwide. It's unfathomable. It's hard to fully comprehend. I'm just going to use my hands, guys. And hard to put into words as well. So yeah, forget the tongs. I'm just going to use my hands. Let's just delve right in here. Asparagus. My hands are clean anyways. Grab some asparagus, and then I'll use my tongs for these right here. Shrimp pasta, yummy. Perfect to go with a nice steak barbecue as well. And I love shrimp, and these were jumbo shrimps. I believe it was Arabian jumbo shrimps, and scallops as well. And I've got my Thai chilies beside me here. And what I have to drink is cherry Pepsi. So with that said, let's start chowing down and delving into the situation. So a lot of people have been discussing this. I wouldn't have come across this because I'm not subscribed to this particular family. So the Stauffers are a, I guess, family channel, and I started noticing that I was seeing videos of, oh, this family adopted a child with autism and gave him back up for adoption. And I just kept seeing it. I was like, what is this? What is this? Because Honestly, it just kept popping up, and I just was like, okay, I'm curious. So as I got into it, I watched the video of the explanation of why this couple needed to do what they did. When I watched it, something didn't sit well with me at all. It just did not feel genuine. And I trust my intuition, I trust my gut. And when something doesn't feel right, I'm gonna call it a spade. A spade's a spade. I watched the whole video, tried to understand the reasoning, and the whole time I never heard about what this child might be going through. And this child's name is Huxley, caught in this big mess. I believe he just turned 4. It hits a little close to home. I have a son, and my son, although he's not Chinese, and it doesn't matter what race this kid is, that's not relevant, but seeing my little guy's face, and there's this thing that he does where he looks up at you and he's bright-eyed and you see the innocence in him, and I saw a pic of Huxley and I saw that same look, and it crushed me to know that these people went to lengths to get this child from China, adopted him, knowing full well that he was going to come with certain disabilities, and he's on the autism spectrum. The doctor warned them about it and told them that it might not be a good idea because there's going to be a lot involved in taking care of this child. And they still proceeded with it because, according to Micah, but they're both in this together, so I don't even want to fault one person over the other, said that she was 99% okay with whatever disabilities this child might have. 99%. That's very high. That's almost 100% that you're okay, whatever disability this kid may have. So you still proceeded, even though the doctor told you that there's going to be these complications. You said it went through one ear and out the other. So you totally dismissed everything the specialist or the doctor said. And you took it upon yourself to still want to go through with this, knowing full well what the complications may be. Not to mention, you posted videos of what this child may have, his disabilities, and what the adoption process entails. And though I feel like sometimes it's helpful to see what the adoption process is like, you were already sharing information about this child before he was even your child, without his consent or permission. And you didn't have a huge platform prior to this child being perpetuated and put up in front of all those to see on YouTube, on your channel. You didn't care about his privacy then, but now that you put him up for adoption, now you care about his privacy. You exploited this child, made whatever clout you made and whatever financial gains you made. Now you want to protect his privacy now that he's no longer with you. So as I delved into more about what these people were doing in the process they went about everything, it made me feel so sad for the child, because I felt like he was being blamed. He was being put on blast for his disabilities. It's not his fault. He didn't make the choice to be adopted. That's where I'm getting at, is I want to focus on this child and the things that we aren't sure how this is affecting him. He was with this family for 3 years. That is a long time. That is a long time to connect with a family. My baby's only, and he's a toddler, but he's still my baby. He's almost 2. And 2 years of life. And the bond that's being built, it's being built every day. The fear and feelings of abandonment, going from one place to then a whole new world. I couldn't even imagine being a child, because my little guy gets scared if he is in just my own parents. He's a little bit nervous to be around because he's so accustomed to being around us. So I couldn't imagine how this child may feel. Like, what happened to my family? What happened to the people that I was with? What happened to my brothers and sisters? How about his little feelings? Because when I was watching and I just want to say, this is my opinion and my opinion only, and this is my perspective from what I've researched, from what I've seen, from what I can comprehend of the situation. There are people that says that there's 2 sides of the story. Fine, that's perfectly okay. But we're only getting one side of the story. We're getting the story from the adult's perspective and point of view. But I haven't heard anything about how he is feeling or what he's going through. Because on the one hand, you hear that he was doing great, and from an outsider perspective, you wouldn't even know that he had autism. And according to some of the things that were said, was that he had mild, it seemed like he had mild, or he showed a mild autism. It wasn't severe. And then later on, it was made to seem like they couldn't handle it. So which one is it? If I don't finish this conversation, I'm going to do a part 2 and continue to discuss why this made me feel some type of way. I know people that have children with autism. I have known people that have been adopted. And I can tell you something, those parents didn't give up their child. And yes, some may say, yeah, but it doesn't always work out. I understand that. I completely understand that. But what could a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old possibly do that could be so severe and so bad that he can no longer be in the home? And mind you, you know what? If Huxley has been in a better place and has better care and people that love him, you know what? That's what I would want for him. That's what I would want for him, because this whole thing is about a child that doesn't have a voice. And the fact that so many people within the YouTube community, whether it's mukbang channels, whether it's gaming channels, commentary channels, family channels, when you see a situation that doesn't sit right with you and you speak out about it, then you know what that does is it brings awareness to a situation and to someone without a voice, because we're not hearing from Huxley's perspective or what he's going through or what happened in the home. We're not hearing his side of the story. And so I think this whole thing of why it's gotten people so passionate and people feel like they want to know more is because those that did subscribe to her channel, I wasn't one of those. I just saw this for the last week, and then I really started delving into finding out more information as to what's going on, because I didn't even want to do this video specifically talking about this, but having known people that are in these types of situations and they never gave up on their child, it just irks me a little bit, because how do you do that to a defenseless child that has no one, that thinks that you're their parent? I don't want to get emotional, but it makes me feel some type of way. And seeing pics of, I guess he was sucking his thumb. My child used to suck his thumb. And you know what? We're like, he'll suck his thumb, and when the time comes, we'll help him wean him out of it. And we did do that. So it's like, kids suck their thumbs. That is how they cope. That is their mechanism. It's just what kids do. Do you see grown-ups sucking their thumbs? Obviously, eventually you grow out of that. So when I saw that there was pics of his hand being duct tape takes drywall off. Why are you putting that on a baby's hand? I can't comprehend that. It just doesn't feel right to do to a child. And then there's pics of their other children sucking their thumb, and it's perfectly fine. So I don't know. All I can say is through my own research, I just feel like something doesn't sit right. And you know, when you see something and you question it, do your research. Do not just assume something. Actually delve into it and see for yourself. Does this make sense? And it doesn't make sense, then call it what it is. All I wish for Huxley, because eventually he's going to be grown. And he's going to see these videos that everybody has put out. Huxley, I just want to say that none of this is your fault. You didn't choose this. You were an innocent child that got put into a situation that you had absolutely no control over or no say. I hope you grow up to be an awesome young man, and you get the love and the support, understanding, and compassion that you need, and for someone to love you, or for people to love you. Because I tell you, for all of us to be speaking out about this, there's a community that may not know you personally, but we see you in either our kids or our nieces or nephews, or as just a human being that doesn't have a voice. And so this is why many of us are speaking out about this, because this actually makes me feel like there is so much hope in humanity, that we can all discuss certain things that might be a little bit uncomfortable, or this may be outside of the realm of what we normally do, but sometimes it has to be said. I know I didn't delve into everything. The main point that I wanted to get across is I wanted Huxley to know that many people are speaking up for you, and many people care about your well-being and how you're doing, and they want you to be with loving people. And that's really the main the main point here is you didn't do anything. You're innocent in all this. And I pray and I hope that these challenges that you face now will subside and you'll be able to deal with it as you grow up. So my heart goes out to you. And if you ever feel like you're alone, just know there's many people that are thinking about you. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you end up with some awesome people that will care for you and that will love you unconditionally. So I wanted to say also thank you to all those that are sharing this as well and bringing awareness to adoption. And it's not a laughing matter, it's a serious matter. And before you go into adoption, really think about what you're doing and how it affects the child that you're bringing back with you. We're dealing with human beings here. We're dealing with life, and what we do can affect another person in some way, shape, or form, whether emotionally or mentally. And we really need to consider that. I hope that this doesn't put a bad light on adoption, because there's awesome parents out there that do a very good job and that would never ever give up on their child. And I want to say I commend all of you, especially those that have children with disabilities or autism or any sort of situations that calls for you to find the strength within to be there for these children. And I couldn't imagine what it's like, but you, all of you, are true heroes, and all of you need to be commended, because that is something to be acknowledged. And I just wanted to say I appreciate all of you for doing your best with the situations that has been presented to you. So with that in mind, guys, I know this one was a pretty serious one, and I want to bring positivity and light to situations. And when I see something that really nudges me to have a conversation about, I feel like I will definitely do that. I'm going to delve into more matters that are affecting the world at large. So stay tuned for that. Let's open up a dialogue. Let's have debates. Let's discuss things. And let's just help each other and help those that don't have a voice. So guys, I just wanted to say, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until we feast again, I just wanted to say, be safe, take care of yourselves, have compassion in your heart, and let's unite. Let's come together as a people, and let's bring light to situations that needs the light. I love you guys. Stay safe.